Honda just released their 2027 models, and we're here to bring you everything we know about the 2027 CRF450R. Hey guys, welcome to the Cycle News News Break. I'm your host, Ryan Nitzen, and as always, our news breaks are brought to you by our friends at Maxima, specifically their new SC1 can, which gives you more shine for your dime with 10% more at the exact same price. Tell them the Cycle News crew sent you, or check them out online at Maxima USA or at your favorite Maxima dealer. So this morning, Honda announced their new model lines for 2027, but more specifically, the all-new Honda CRF450R. Now this bike is all new for 2027, which is actually kind of surprising considering it got a pretty heavy revamp back in 2025, where both the 450 and the 250R models got a pretty heavy redesign. We actually got to see this bike in person last year at the Motocross of Nations at Ironman Raceway, where Ruben Fernandez raced it. And then our very own Kit Palmer got to visit the Honda HRC headquarters earlier this month and actually rode a prototype version of the 27 CRF450R. Now to note, in this video, the changes that we'll be talking about are in regards to the 450R, 450RX, and 450RWE models. Honda also announced the 250 and the 450L and X models, which do receive cosmetic changes for this year, but the big changes are going to be for the R, RX, and RWE models. Like I said, in 2025, the 250 and the 450 received the same changes at the same time, but we're likely to see these changes get rolled out next year for the 250R model. So for this video, just think about this being the 450R and RX and RWE models. Honda says this is the most comprehensive update that the CRF450R has seen in more than a decade. With an all-new engine and chassis, along with an extensive input from the brand's factory racing programs, specifically the HRC MXGP team over in Europe. Their goal with this bike was to deliver a stronger and more controllable power, enhance stability, and improve rider connection. The biggest update for 2027 has to be the weight, as Honda says the 2027 model is 9.9 pounds lighter than the 26 version. The wet weight for the CRF450R now comes in at 238 pounds with a dry weight of 226.4 pounds. And this puts it right on par with the notoriously lightweight KTM 450. The engine alone on the 2027 model is 6 pounds lighter than the previous version. The 2027 CRF450 has an MSRP of $10,099, with the CRF450R HRC Works Edition coming in at $12,999. The standard models are expected to be here in July, and the HRC model will be available later this year in October. Okay, so like I said earlier this month, our very own Kit Palmer got to head over to Japan to see this bike in person, and we also got to talk to Trey Canard to get his thoughts on the development of this bike and what the new bike looks like, means, like everything that went into the new model. So be sure to stick around, you'll be able to see Trey's interviews later on in the video. But first, let's get into the changes for the new 2027 model. First up, you're gonna see the all new bodywork with the new tri-color livery that Honda calls it. This is the red, white, and blue colors, and this really matches the Honda HRC Petronas team that you see over in Europe racing the MXGP series. I'm really interested to see what the US bikes are gonna look like for Hunter and Jet Lawrence, along with the 250 squad. That series kicks off this week in Paula, California for the Pro Motocross Championship. So I'm really interested to see what those bikes are gonna look like in person. The bike is 2 millimeters wider at the radiator shrouds and 7 millimeters wider at the seating area, and designed really to give the rider more contact patch. I don't think that's a huge difference as far as width, but they do say that it's supposed to be a little bit more comfortable in the rider cockpit. Symmetrical side panels and more cushion on the seating area are further updates for 2027. Along with the body styling, they do say that there are recycled materials used for certain parts like the front fender, the front number plate, the radiator shrouds, and the seat base. A larger titanium fuel tank now carries 0.2 gallons more fuel, going from 1.7 gallons from the previous version to 1.9 gallons for the 2027 model. Honda says this is the same tank that the Pro Motocross team uses here in the US, and that the extra little bit of fuel allows them to complete a full moto without needing to run an aftermarket setup or need to refuel during the race. A new frame and subframe design are about 70% new. Rigidity on the frame is increased about 10% without increasing overall weight. And you'll also find a new swing arm as well. The foot pegs were moved 5 millimeters rearward, and the rake has a 0.2 degree more slack on this bike, and the trail is longer at 1.4 millimeters, while the rear axle sits up half an inch higher than before. This makes the overall wheelbase 0.3 inches longer than the previous version and now sits at 58.7 inches. One of the highlights for the 2027 CRF450R's engine is the smaller and lighter clutch assembly, which is completely redesigned and features a rubber damper limiting system. This idea is similar to a cush drive system in a supermoto bike or a street bike, and they say that this system is already being used over on the MXGP team in Europe, and those riders are already using it in their bikes. Further inside the engine, we see a more rigid crankshaft assembly, new bearings, and the cylinder bore size is now actually 1 millimeter larger. The intake sees a new airbox with a shorter and steeper downdraft intake, paired with a new air filter and air funnel. The intake and exhaust valves are larger with a more aggressive cam profile, and the transmission has been redesigned to be smaller and lighter with taller gear ratios, weighing in 1.1 pounds less than the previous version. Overall, the engine is half an inch narrower at its widest point compared to the 2026 version. The motor also has a higher compression ratio at 13.8 to 1 compared to the previous 13.5 to 1. And since the bore was increased by 1 millimeter, the 450 is now a true 450cc machine compared to the previous version, which was technically a 449cc. There's also a new exhaust system, which features a 3.4-inch longer header and a 3-inch longer muffler, designed to meet AMA's new 109 decibel sound limit, which they are going to implement in the pro racing scene. There's a dual resonator design in the exhaust system with one in the header and one in the muffler, designed to optimize power while also minimizing noise. The suspension on the Honda 450 has also been heavily changed, and this is something that we've been working on a lot on our 2026 model. Kashima coatings were applied to the internal sliding components like the rod and cylinder, and pair with the stiffer front fork springs. The fork also features a dynamic blow system instead of the bending control valve configuration, with the overall goal of eliminating the stepped or notchy feeling in the front fork. To match the fork, there's also a stiffer rear shock and a new linkage with revised ratios. Speaking of the shock, Honda says it can be removed without removing the ECU, and the air filter can also be accessed via the side panel since there's no airbox lid on the 2027 model. The rear brake rotor can also be removed and installed with just one wrench, as the bolts now thread directly into the hub. Similarly, the chain guide now has press-fitted nuts, so it's only one wrench needed for the installation or removal of the chain guide. The clutch hose housing has also been reworked, and you don't need to remove the fuel tank to access this. 3 riding modes are back on the 2027 model, with standard, smooth, and aggressive options, along with 3 modes of traction control. Honda calls their traction control the Honda Selectable Torque Control, or HSTC, with level 1 being the least amount of intervention and level 3 offering the most amount of intervention. The traction control system, just like 2026, can be completely turned off as well. The new Honda also rides on MX34 tires instead of the previous MX33 tires. So that about wraps up everything we know about the 2027 Honda CRF450R. This bike is all new, and like I said, pretty wild that it got a full revamp after being pretty heavily redesigned back in 2025. I'm pretty excited to get on one of these things. I've been riding a 2026 model for most of the year, and like I said, Kit Palmer from Cycle News already got a chance to head over to Japan and ride a prototype version of this bike. While he was there, he got to hang out with Trey Canard and sit down, really get his input on the bike and what went into the development. So I'm gonna cut to that, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video.
All right, so we've been all around Japan, but today's the day. We're in Kumamoto at the Welcome Park and seeing something under wraps over that way. So excited to see it. Huge honor, man. Like, this whole development team is here and they're greeting us. So that is really, really special. So super cool. All these people are here that worked on this motorcycle, getting to have this experience with US journalists. So yeah, about to go check it out.
Yeah, just what are some of the, probably of all the changes, I mean, it does seem to be an all-new bike. What would be the one change that you like most?
I'm really, really pleased with the way the rear of the bike has panned out. There's changes with the linkage, swing arm pivot, and then some stuff in the shock. But to me, also the swing arm. So one of the things we've really struggled with in, I think really since 2009 is kind of this harshness that we get from the rear. It's been really hard to kind of work out. And I think, you know, people have even coined like Honda back and things like that. So 25, I feel like we made really good progress as far as stability, feeling, chassis feeling, things like that. But I still feel like we lacked in that area. So to me, they really tackled this part of the bike really well. So that's one of the weaknesses for me for several years. So I'm just happy that we finally hit that area.
The seems to be a lot of interest in the clutch. Can you describe that and what they did, kind of how it works, and how is the rider going to feel that change?
Yeah, so just technically lighter weight, kind of the bevel spring, and then a damper slipper type system. So one of the things that we're really pushing for on this motorcycle is pitch. So one of the things that kind of creates that is when you are off the clutch, it's kind of grabbing, right? So whenever you have that damper system in there, when you hit the face of a bump, it allows it to kind of slip. So reducing pitch, I mean, that's a huge part of that. So, and kind of an overall big theme of the bike is weight reduction.
Talk about the weight, that's pretty amazing.
It's nearly 10 pounds. I mean, when you think about 10 pounds on a motorcycle, I mean, we, for the longest time, used a lot of Thai parts to lose half a pound. And so the thought of losing nearly 10 pounds is it's incredible.
So how do you feel that on the track?
It's funny because when we first had our first test, they kept, obviously we don't know a whole lot about the bike the first time we ride it. And they kept asking me, Trey-san, how is the weight feeling? And I go, oh, it's a little heavy. But that's really because one of the targets was stability. And so we actually had to create a different category for how we scored weight, because the weight feeling is actually nicer because it moves a little bit slower. But once you're in the air, you can really feel how easy the bike is to maneuver. So
it's very noticeable then.
Very, very noticeable. Yeah.
Cool. All right. What do you think?
Yeah, man, I'm pumped. We'll see what the track's like. Looking at this track, it's gonna be a little slick, but hopefully at least by the end of the day we have like a pretty good impression. So cool. Yeah, I'm stoked. Crazy, like to show up and like everyone's here and kind of they're stoked. So
right
man.
So you probably spent a few laps here then?
Yeah, I've ridden here more than anywhere in Japan for sure. Yeah, it's to me one of the better tracks in Japan as far as like actually some speed involved, more US style. But yeah.
Right on.
Should be good. Yeah, should be fun.
Right on.
Welcome to Kumamoto HSR Honda Safety Riding. Today's the day we get to ride the bikes. It's been a little bit wet, but I was nominated to go clean the track up. So here we go, man. We're gonna go get it a little bit more dry.